snow.
Yeah. I know, it's kind of a mean trick we do. Now it just looks like everyone has dandruff the whole show. It's kind of a mean thing.
Well, it's good. It can hide my real dandruff.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. It's actually on your beard, too.
Oh, excellent.
You might want to, yeah. Okay. I was like, it might look weird. It's nice to meet you. I'm such a big fan. And do you love New York? Do you remember the first time you kind of came here?
I love New York. I actually always wanted to come to New York to study as an actor. You know, all the sort of major influences for me, you know, came out of the Actors Studio here in New York.
Yeah.
But it was just easier for me to study in London. But I came to New York, I think it was 2004, with a job, actually. I did a Guinness commercial where I had to swim from Ireland to New York and then walk through the streets of New York. It was a tough swim, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
And then arrive at a bar and I go up to this guy and it's sort of, there's tension, we're standing in front of each other and then I say, I'm sorry. It was called The Quarrel.
Okay.
So I did get in the Hudson and...
you actually got in the Hudson.
I did get in the Hudson.
Doesn't seem
That's what everybody
clean.
from New York said to me. They were like, you actually got into the Hudson. They did give me tetanus shots.
I was gonna say.
Before I did it.
I was like, that's really not
But
fun.
I love this city. I mean, it's my favorite city in the world.
I think that's something that people do when you've had a lot of alcohol and you think it's a good idea. You know, you're like, this is gonna be so fun.
Yeah, I didn't have the Guinness yet, so it was sort of without the alcohol.
Wow,
but,
you're robbed of that too. Huh. Okay, you have this thing that I want to know about because I heard about it and I don't quite understand. It's at Christmas time and you do a game with gifts.
Yeah, that's.
What is the game?
It's my wife that introduced this.
Okay.
Swedish people love games, it seems.
I do too.
Yeah, I do as well.
Yeah.
So it really helps out if you're doing big family gatherings.
Yeah.
Rather than having to worry about getting gifts for everyone, you just get one gift. So everybody gets one gift. You put it in the middle of the table. They're all wrapped, the gifts. So you're like,
oh, like a white elephant.
I don't know what that is.
Oh.
But but sure.
Then that sounded real weird.
Yeah, exactly. Like the white elephant.
Like a white elephant, sure.
Yeah.
No, it's a game where you bring just everybody gets one and you put them in the middle, and then can you steal?
And then you fight for it.
Can you steal? Yeah, it's like,
You go for the elderly first. It's a dice game. So I can't really remember what the numbers do, but basically you roll a dice, the timer goes, you got 2 minutes, all the presents are wrapped, you roll the dice, let's say you get a 4, 4 means pass your present to the left, or you get like a 5, which means 5 means I like the look of that present, but you still don't know what it is because it's wrapped.
Okay.
So you can choose and steal other people's presents.
It's similar to a white elephant party, gift exchange.
Then the next round you take the wrapping off the presents, so now you see what they are.
And then you can steal?
And then you start rolling the dice, trying to get the presents you want.
Yes!
Yeah, it's great.
I want to do this with my family.
Yeah.
Also, it's a little easier, because you're just buying the one gift.
That's the beauty of it. I love the one gift thing.
Christmas can be stressful.
That's why I never liked Christmas.
Man, you know what, I was telling Jonathan, bah humbug! No, I was telling Jonathan earlier, I was like, this Christmas, for some reason, has been like, stressful for me. Yeah, it can get like that. I'm not quite the Grinch yet. But
No, I'm not either. Since having children, I've warmed up to the concept of it.
No, that part is fun. It is fun. All right, well, let's ruin Christmas for everyone and take a short break. Gavin, our audience is going to help us out.
I've come out in black, you know, as opposed to the green and red.
Hi, Kelly and Michael. Michael, I studied abroad in Germany, your home country, and I learned a very important German word. It's Ohrwurm, which means a earworm or a catchy tune. Oh. Kelly, your Christmas music is the Ohrwurm of my holiday season. More with Kelly and Michael after the break.
We're back. Everybody started talking. This is Michael Fassbender, everybody. That was a new series on Paramount Plus the Showtime. It's called The Agency. We were talking, The Agency, it's based on a true story, another non-true story, a French TV show, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Because we had Jeffrey Wright on as well, and we were talking about it. It's such a good show.
It's a great show.
Yeah, and it's a great cast.
It's a great cast. I mean, it just, you know, everything assembled really quickly.
Yeah.
You know, Jeffrey Wright, like you said, Jodie Turner-Smith, India Fowler, who you just saw there, plays my daughter. She's a superstar. I mean, she's so good. Watch out for her.
So it's kind of a spy thing, but tell everybody, it's about the CIA, right? Like an agent that... Tell everybody a little bit about what it's about. Yeah,
so it's sort of, the character I play is a guy called Martian. That's his sort of, you know, undercover work name. But then he's also got an alias called Paul Lewis. So he's living under this alias for 6 years in Addis Ababa. And he falls in love with this woman in Addis, and then he gets called back to London, so he doesn't really want to go back to London. And then she turns up in London, and he's not sure whether she's suspect. He's also he's being sort of followed and bugged by the CIA as well in his home, so everyone's kind of an enemy to him. And then he's trying to reconnect with his daughter, who he hasn't seen much of over the last 6 years.
Yeah, oh, it's good. Well, in The Agency, Michael plays a spy struggling with his own sanity. That's the best teaser ever. It got us thinking about how many truly great on-the-edge characters Michael has played, but which of those characters was most insane? That sounds fun. It's time to find out by rating them on the Fassbender Psychopath Scale. Fassbender Psychopath Scale. Feels like a fun scale. How it works is, we're just making it up as we go, actually. We're gonna show a photo of an iconic character Michael has played, because you do have some amazing characters, and then Michael is gonna discuss the character, and we're gonna rate the character's insanity level, 1 through 5 Fassbenders, 5 being most insane. Here's the first. Oh, I love this one! Magneto! Magneto and X-Men. I'm not gonna lie, man. I was super stoked you were coming because of this character alone. I'm such a nerd. What do you remember about, this is a cool character to play.
Yeah, it's an amazing character.
Yeah.
Because just, you know, the whole idea of, you know, the outsider syndrome and, you know, this guy who's sort of...
And the backstory.
Yeah,
Yikes.
yeah, absolutely. You can totally, you know, what I always liked about him was it's not just, you know, the villain, you know. There's something that gets him to this place, you know, that brings him here.
Yeah.
It's interesting when you say, like, I played all these insane characters. It is on my CV. Can do insane and creepy. I found a lot of them are creepy, too.
I think that's a compliment. So how do you think insane? 1 through 5, 1 to 5, how do you think?
I think I'd go 5 for...
5.
Full 5 for...
Full insanity.
Yeah.
He's
pretty
questionable
uncompromising.
choices. Yeah. Next character, Lieutenant Archie Hickox in Inglorious Basterds. What's a you look like such a different human, purely like with your little baby face.
I know, God.
Yeah, what's a moment you loved
Years
about doing
haven't
this
been
character?
kind. What I loved about it was getting to work with Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah.
You know, the first thing I did when I was 18 was I got all my friends together from school and I directed a play version of Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah.
In our local discotheque, because they were discotheques back then.
Yeah, no, that didn't age you at all.
And so I was like so excited, but I'd done 27 hours prep on Landa. They were like, they want you to take a look at Landa and Hickox.
Yeah.
So I was doing another film at the time, so I was like, I don't have time to do both. So I did like literally 27 hours. I remember every night, you know, working on this Landa character. And then I got to the audition. I flew myself over to Berlin, came into the audition, you know, met Quentin Tarantino, and told him that I'd done a play, but the money went to charity. He was like, "That's good. I don't want people making money out of my stuff, man." And then he said, "Let's take a look at Hickox." And I was like, "Oh, what about Landa?" And he was like, "Oh, I cast Landa on Tuesday." And I was like, "Maybe I can read for it anyway." He's like, "I cast Landa on Tuesday." I was like, "Right, Hickox."
Hickox it is.
And we sat down and we did the Hickox scene. He read all the other characters, which was surreal, amazing. And I thought I blew it, you know, so I left the audition.
Well, because you had prepared and planned for something else, yeah.
Yeah, and then I sort of went to the bar around the corner, ordered myself a stiff drink, and then called my parents and said, "Yeah, I messed this up." And then the following Friday, I got the gig, so it was
That's
pretty
so
amazing.
cool. I love that he read all the characters with you.
I know.
That's cool.
Yeah.
You don't hear that
You know,
often.
what's amazing about him is he loves every single character. He knows, like, a backstory to every single character, no matter how small they are. He's like, he's super passionate.
That's very cool. All right, how insane do you think this lieutenant is?
I don't think he's insane at all.
Okay.
I would give him, like, a
0.
1 or a 2.
Okay, a 1. Okay, he gets a 1. Next character, Stelios in 300.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, once again, just looking completely different, and obviously it was in the gym. Yep. And no one had a shirt on in this movie.
No.
Like, what was this character like? 1 to 5, insane. Like.
I would say 5. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's,
Love to
he's
fight.
good to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's sort of just
Was
like
that fun
on a leash.
to film, or is it not? Because I just feel like having to be that ripped and like that intense all the time had to be hard.
It wasn't. I mean, it was, for me, it was like, it was an amazing opportunity. It was one of the first films that I got. It was cold because we were in leather Speedos, and we were in Montreal, and it was like -40 or whatever. That's
Hard
Celsius,
no.
so I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit.
It's still
cold.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Keeping it classy. No, you're so cold and you're out there shooting and having to do these fight scenes. That's horrible.
But it was inside in a like it wasn't even a studio place because all the studios were taken. We were supposed to go to Mel's, I think, but that was booked up with an Adam Sandler film.
You did like green screen?
So it's all green screen. Yeah.
Oh.
And Jerry Butler was super generous with me. You know, really supportive. It was, and then Zack Snyder was just this intense ball of energy, and you know, his vision from the get-go was pretty special.
You choose intense characters. Do you do that purposefully? Like, is that a...
Probably. I don't know if it's subconsciously or I like characters that provoke.
Yeah.
So
I like when people,
that.
when actors play, like you play, even like Magneto, you play like a bad dude, but it becomes in the gray because you're like, oh, I'm kind of understanding. Like to create empathy for that person is insane.
Yeah, try not to play those characters by judging them.
Yeah.
I'm a 5.
So you're a 5.
Off the charts. Yeah.
Now let's hear it one more time, y'all, for Michael Fassbender. Such a big fan. You can see the urgency right now on Paramount Plus. It's bedtime.